Hello everyone, this is Cody from the Rancor's Brothel. Are you looking for dice and other gaming accessories for your group? If so, check out our friends over at fanroll.com, where you can find unique dice and premium quality accessories for your table. And if you're looking for something really special, they do customization as well. Fans of the Rancor's Brothel can save 10% by using the promo code RB10 at checkout. That's R as in Rancors, B as in Brothel, 10. Not only can you get yourself some great dice at a discount, but you can support this podcast as well. So check out fanroll.com today and use promo code RB10 at checkout. Tell them the Rancor's Brothel sent you.
The Rancor's Brothel presents Monster of the Week.
We'll switch back on over to quote-unquote Agent Custer, Mr. Jessie here. He has arrived at the university. Agent Custer has arrived and has met with Pauline Brooks. Pauline's like, hi. So you must be the fancy FBI guy here to investigate Mr. Chris's passing. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll get the door open and all that. And she looks around to make sure students aren't around because the room's still kind of a mess.
Sure.
She looks, it's clear. She opens up. She's like, all right, you can go on in. And she just like clicks the light on real quick with the elbow so as to not touch anything. Room opens up. The room has been ransacked. There is blood everywhere.
Okay.
This is, like she said, it's an engineering department. We've been having some stuff missing. These reports have been made. I believe everywhere that's had stuff missing has had that stuff reported to the police. So if they gave you that information, that's something there. I can look and see when we started getting reports of stuff missing on campus. But I don't have any detailed records of what all was taken. But yeah, Chris was a nice guy. It's horrible what happened. He came in the day before. He's like, man, I'm over all this stuff. It's just been a pain. These break-ins. I do my rounds. You hear things. But it's just your mind playing tricks. Stuff's going on. You're worried stuff's going to happen. So you're just sitting there. But, oh no, it's fine. I just walk around. Then I sit and I just watch some shows. Nothing too crazy. But I'll let you head on out, Chris. Or Pauline. Talking to Chris. Having a good day. And that's the last thing he said. She's like, I'll see you tomorrow, Chris. And then coming today, he's just all over the room. Blood everywhere.
So you're the one who found the body.
Yeah. It smelled horrible.
Blood will do that.
And it wasn't just the blood. There was feces everywhere.
Human?
Sure. It's poo. It looks gross. And smells even worse.
Ms. Brooks, what do you know about boatload of monkeys being stolen?
That had nothing to do with us, but yeah, no, that's
How long ago did that happen?
Oh, those reports of the monkeys been missing were from the medical school. Less so us, but there was, I believe they had about 18 monkeys that went missing and 3 chimps. We're pretty sure the Animal Freedom Militia was behind that, but that's an assumption. No one really knows who did it. They don't have proof that they did it, but
that happened quite a ways prior to last night's.
Yeah, it's been a few weeks since then.
And the other things that have gone missing, prosthesis and robotics and microchips, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you don't want to be in here, I get it. I'm gonna walk around a bit.
Yeah, I'll be outside. If you need anything, just let me know. I'm keeping everybody out of here.
So I'm seeing stains of all kinds, not just blood.
Predominantly blood, but there's stuff and there's an odor.
Right, yeah. I guess I'm investigating.
Yep, investigate a mystery.
Mystery?
So that would be roll on the smart plus
sharp.
Sharp, not smart, sharp.
Oh, there we go. I rolled a 10 plus 1, 11.
So you got 11. So what you find in that area, you find hair samples. You find...
I'll start collecting samples if I can.
Go for it. You find hair. You scrape up some of the blood and such of that nature. You see what look like burn marks and like deep grooves.
Where?
Just in the room, like things were grabbed, and like tables and stuff have some gouge marks in them from like metal stuff, like digging into it in the process. Things have been ripped away from the other areas.
Am I still finding? Am I seeing the feces as well?
You're seeing what looks like it, yeah.
Gouges and burn marks in various things, like on desks and stuff. Mm-hmm. Do the gouge marks appear as though it was implemented by a tool, or like am I looking at something that could be claws?
It looks as if it was some form of metallic object had left a mark. It not so much used metallic, but it's like it looks like as if it's cut out in some sense. In that way, yeah.
A tool did it, not a hand.
It might be a tool of some sort.
Okay. And you said I found fur, right?
Mm-hmm.
Fur or hair?
Hair.
You said hair.
It looks like hair.
So it's like hair, not like animal hair. Okay.
You notice that the room, like the door, when you went in, the door didn't look damaged. Mm-hmm. Looks fine. As you are looking around, you notice that one of the like vent grates near the higher end, like where airflow is and all that, is loose.
Okay.
You do notice that around that, the blood seems smeared, as opposed to just having splattered and gone up there. It's actually, so if you are looking around, since you got the good investigation roll, you see the loose grate. When you go up and check it, you see that the blood actually goes into it, but not as if it was splattered in there, but as if it was drug or trailed into there in some way.
But it's a small vent. Like, I wouldn't be able to fit inside of it.
A normal-sized person, no.
Yeah. Teenager?
Much too small.
Giant horn guy? Probably not.
Definitely couldn't fit a large, mechanical, almost monstrously large person, no. Small child, maybe.
At least I can fit in a car.
It's called a van. You ride in the back.
I will go to Ms. Brooks.
Mm-hmm.
Say, all right, Ms. Brooks, here's the deal. Since we're on campus, I think we're going to establish a little bit of a home base here. I'm going to need access to lab equipment and any student and or professor who has the ability to test things.
Sure.
And I'm going to need to get a hold of the archaeology department to see if they got one of them really long cameras on a wire.
Archaeology department.
Anthropology.
He said archaeology.
Why would the archaeology department?
I don't think they'd really want to use that, but basically just kind of anything with a camera. Or people that have access to the vents in the building, so, custodial staff or...
No, I want a camera so I can shove it down the vent and look through it. That's why I
go to the medical wing.
And you go to that.
I mean, I guess that would work too. I don't know how long those cameras can be.
Yeah,
It might need a lengthy camera. I don't know.
Or you can see where the vents go. You don't have to follow the vent track. You can just be like, cool, what's the vent layout? Because
I want to see inside of it, though, so I want to put a camera in it.
And that's fine.
You don't need much length for that.
Yeah, you don't really need much length for that.
Depends on how often it twists and turns once you're in there.
We'll figure out a way to see in the vent system, but probably not going to get a camera. They're not going to have one that's going to go through the entire vent track.
Well, not the entire vent track. I just want to see how far I can get and what I can see.
Yeah, I understand. We'll try and figure something out. I'll let the building people know. So he's like, I'm security. I don't have the access to all those things.
Does Purdue have an auto repair department?
They probably do. It's an engineering school.
Auto engineering. That's a thing.
They have all types of weird cameras to see in car hoods and stuff.
Yeah. Like I just start listing off things that I think we might need. But I definitely want to see if I can get a professor or students who know how to do, I guess, crime scene. What's the word I'm looking for? Crime scene testing. What's the forensics? Forensics. Thank you. Sorry, it's an F word. Like people, like students and or professor who are studying and or teaching forensics would know how to test hair and blood and that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. So I'm literally going to be like, this is what we need to do.
And that's also stuff that's likely being tested by the police. But you can also just run it to them since they're having that stuff done too. They're testing all that, but you got your own samples. Yeah. Like, hey, I found these.
Yeah, these are my samples. I want my samples and I want my answers.
That's fine.
All right. Do I need to roll for all that, or am I just like I'm getting it?
You got it from your investigate. That's
cool.
what you're
Perfect.
doing. You can.
We're setting up a home base.
You can. Yeah, you're just like talking to Lay. It's like, hey, these are what we're asking. You've already got the cooperation of the police, and so the security's like, hey, these are things that you're trying to do. It's like, I'll see if I can get stuff figured out. I'll run it by the dean here and see if they have people they can put on this. I'm
also gonna. Sorry. Go ahead.
I said it's nice that you established you're the top of the food chain early.
When you're the FBI, you just do what you want.
Right.
I'm also going to want to speak to Amy Pritchard, Robin Harden, if possible. I don't know. Would there be a security office that would like maintain camera? Like watching cameras all day, even though the cameras were out.
Yeah, you can go check and see, and then you try and get whatever footage they have.
Yeah, I would like to do that as well.
Okay. So you can go there, and then like Pauline's like, I can get you over to the security office. We can try and look back at the cameras and see if there's anything that's obvious.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So while that's happening, they can try and see if they can get a hold of the student, the Amy and Kathleen or Kathy or whatever her name was. Robin.
They can tell me where they reside, and I can just go to their dorm room.
That's what the person said. They tend to hang out at the Crazy Cat Club, which is a bar
during the day.
It's a bar. That's the most
happening.
common places people see them. Not everyone has classes during the day.
I guess that's fair.
Not every kid goes to class.
Yeah, it's
Also fair.
not friends. I made it to where through most of my college, I went 2 days a week, and I was there for 12 to 15 hours. That was my entire school shift.
Fair enough.
And
It's the weekend.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, it's true. This is the weekend.
Right, that I forgot. It will be the weekend.
It's Saturday.
But I went to a class.
There are weekend classes.
Yeah, they
There
have
are
weekend
lots of
classes.
those.
My schedule sucks.
Hey,
My fictional schedule is
I'm
terrible.
upset.
you made a poor decision when building your class schedule.
This means that he has at least 1 or 2 free days during the week, though, when
That's
everybody's in class normally.
You got them nice days when you go do lunch in the middle of the day and you go watch a movie or something at a theater for cheap.
And nobody will bother you.
I did that all the time. I loved going to early movies during the week.
All right, so are you trying to break into an office then?
As soon as I know where it is.
I mean, he was going to figure out where that office was.
Did I find it?
I'm sure it's not hard.
Roll the what was the
Find a map.
Is this Hogwarts? Can I not find the door?
No,
I mean, you can find.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying, like, you get the area, like...
Can't you just get a student directory and
Also,
find the office number?
Or
Side
go
note,
to
were we
information.
supposed to mark XP when we
You
failed
just
those
roll
rolls?
investigate. It's nothing crazy. It's basically you're in the area. It's like investigated thing. It's like, cool, is this...
Yeah, I guess we mark experience every time we fail,
Yeah, when
which
you
is
fail...
twice for me.
Yep.
I forgot about that.
Did I do 2 or 1?
You failed the one. You did investigate and you got nothing.
Okay.
So
there
yeah,
an echo
so
in
we
here?
need the information. Yeah, exactly. You're in a hallway. It's empty. It's going to echo.
I'm not in a hallway. He's in a hallway.
He's in a hallway. He's in a room by himself. I don't know. But yeah, so yeah, it just roll the investigate mystery and see if anything happens. Maybe you get more than just his office.
7.
Cool. That's a pass. You find out where his office is.
Sweet.
It's not a very
right
great
here.
one. Yeah, it's close. And you send him the information as to where it is.
So now you can break in there. If you
It's the weekend. No one's really around. You just kind of went to the area where all the professors' like office areas were listed, hours and such, and it said which room his was in. It's more of a desk area, nothing crazy.
If I like jiggle the handle, is it locked?
Yes, the office area is locked currently. It's the weekend.
Not from
no one's
the
really
outside.
That's the thing.
Well, see, even if I could get in there, I was just going to open a window for him. So I thought I'd check.
I'm sure you can open a window. I can throw a car. He can open
I
a
feel
window.
useless, okay? I need to
Just
Well,
reach
guess
under,
what?
be
You
part of
are.
the team.
just reach under the lip and
I'm useless till I murder our
You're
whole
an
group.
angsty teen. Did you really think you'd have any use? But yeah, no, that's fine. So yeah, you've got the information. He knows where the office is. You go do security stuff. You go to the lunch area and try and find food. You freaking useless teenager.
I could go to the cat club.
Yeah,
Or
you could.
Crazy cat club.
Yeah,
I'd
Crazy
fit
Cat
in.
Best place for you.
The
Fit in.
Crazy Cat
I'll
Club.
go drink beer in silence.
You're not old enough. You're a teen.
We'll see if they card me.
They will.
I'll roll for it.
I'm sure
Indiana bar.
I'm sure they have other things you can do there that's social interactions that campus people do.
So while that's happening, you go to the Crazy Cat Club, a bar and punk/alternative music venue.
Oh my God. It's like perfect.
It's the best. As they describe it as the de facto headquarters of the Animal Freedom Militia. The bar is cramped and noisy, and the walls are covered with messy murals and graffiti.
Nice.
Luckily, you came as a teen. Had you come as his character, they'd have been dickheads. It literally says if they come as cops or of any authority figure, they're hostile.
Nice.
Yes.
But you can like join the group.
Yeah, you're just a teen. Like, yeah,
Tell 'em
animal
you're vegan.
rights.
Even my cat's vegan.
Best part is he's dressed as alternative youth. He's one of their flock already.
Yeah, he fits in perfect.
I keep forgetting you look like the goth kid from the South Park.
Yeah, that's why I've referenced it. But yeah, so right now it's packed, but you look around, you don't see anything obvious, but there's little things that kind of lead you to where like the Animal Freedom Militia's area is in the place. Just kind of like, oh, that's where they gather. So you can kind of go over there and just chit chat with people, but if you're looking and talking, you don't really see anybody that stands out like a head. It's more like just people there right now. So you can get information just talking about it. It's like, yeah, those they weren't monkeys. Everyone says monkeys. They were apes. Some monkeys, but apes too. There's a difference. And just like, yeah, all the shelters around here are okay, but they're not no-kill. Music's okay. There's a lot of cover bands right now that are playing that are local. But it's the bar right now. And yes, they do card. It's Indiana.
It's fair.
If you want to roll your funky powers, maybe you could trick him into not carding you.
And they preparedness roll for fake ID.
Or he has telepathy powers. It's
I
like,
can manipulate them to just give it to me.
He can stamp his arm or whatever they want to do to let him drink beer. And it's like, yeah, I'm cool.
Play the game. See what happens.
Play your character. You got carded at the door. What happened?
They put a little flower on his hand so they know he can't drink.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I am going to roll for the beer.
Yeah, go for it. That's a manipulate someone. Roll to manipulate someone.
9.
Cool. Plus your what manipulates a charm, or do you have?
Oh wait, no. So that's a 12.
Yeah, you totally got the flower, and it says, "Load me up with liquor, lovelies."
They handed you a beer when you walked in.
Yeah, you're like, oh, you drink all the time, sir. Here is your complimentary alcoholic beverage.
And your tab is opened immediately.
Yep.
You have a tab as long as you're here.
And because you're so awesome, we've charged you twice. Tip not included.
It's Indiana.
Oh, just wait till I put this on Amy's tab.
But yes, so you're in there. You're just gonna sit around. Nothing too crazy. No one. You don't see anybody talking about Robin being there. So Roman, you're stalking midday-ish, looking around. You've been told where a Dr. Beach's office/desk area is, because teachers don't always get offices, even if they're a professor. Most of the ones I had desks.
It's
in a cubicle.
Cubicles if it's certain levels or campuses. Sometimes they get offices.
Yeah, sometimes. Not always.
Small ones. Heck, if it's an open cubicle thing, I could investigate all the listed teachers' cubicles if they're nearby.
Yeah. So, the thing that talks about his location actually talks about his, like, this person's location, but then it's like information on where it could be. It's like, this is what you would read. Like, you bastards. It's in a section that says where he is, but the information on like where he is also in an area that it's not where he is. So it's confusing. So yeah, if you look around the area, so roll investigate.
I will do so. 9.
So yeah, you'll get some information. Nothing too crazy. It does mark at his desk there. You've got Dr. Beach. Around him, you also have other doctors in the engineering, robotics, medical area, such as
anyone who's listed on our
you've got
interesting people.
Doctors Noble, Dr. Holt, Dr. Wathy. You've got, those are the ones that have been mentioned. There's the ethic guy that's the ethics chair. You've got the roboticist. You've got the prosthesis researcher. You've got Dr. Beach's desk, which has a little sign hung on it saying gardening leave. So he's been out for about a week now. Nothing too crazy. He's got some just left paperwork, some mail, listing an apartment location.
Apartment location?
Yep. So like
where-
Beach's actual home. Yes, where he lives.
That's why I'm asking
Yes.
what the apartment location is.
You just didn't. You don't have to know. You know where his apartment is, so you can go there.
Immerse me.
I know apartment
I don't
location.
know any apartment locations listed in Lafayette. I don't care to look it up
Google's
right
for.
now.
That's fine. We don't need to
Yes,
look.
you know where he
apartment
lives.
search.
That's good enough.
Boilermaker Plaza.
Cool. He
Whatever.
lives at Boilermaker Plaza
He lives on
7th
Campus
Street.
Street in
in
Boilermaker.
University Town, Purdue.
We're just going to make this as bizarre as humanly possible. Okay,
Yeah.
so we know where he lives.
You know where he lives
I know
and
he's
things
been
of that
gone for
nature.
about a week. Does
He's
he have
got
like a calendar I can look at? Or is it on his computer?
He's just got like a little desk calendar, and it's talking about hitting the storage unit, going through. He's got lists of orders for tables, benches. Meet with T Rapper. That was about a
with
month ago.
T wrapper. Whatever that is.
Yeah, that was odd.
It's T-Pain.
Could it just be Trapper?
Maybe.
No. That's the
We're
Definitely
dealing
not
with
the case.
animals. Is it Abby Normal?
The person's name was Abby Normal. Did you put an abnormal brain in my monster?
You promise you won't be mad.
Promise you won't be angry. Come on, walk this way. No, like this.
Tangent over. Speaking of the desk,
Yeah.
I hope you all appreciate what we're doing for you.
Getting sidetracked. ADHD is a heck of a problem.
So we know about the calendar. I know his address. Okay for investigation. Is there anything like, I don't know. Is this guy, he's a doctor. Does he believe in computer security?
He doesn't have his computer is powered off. If you wish to turn it on, you can.
Well, it's not like I leave fingerprints. Might as well.
True. That's true. You don't have fingers to leave fingerprints. You have little appendages attached to your robotic arms. Yes.
No.
Yeah, I know. You do also know stacks of books that deal with like the occult and such of that nature.
No. Write down cult books.
Mm-hmm.
Some light reading.
Yeah. Well, I'm not taking them with me, but I can write down the titles and maybe send you guys to get a couple copies.
Science, old magic, things of that nature. Weird things.
So, anything on his computer that I can get a hold of? It's a locked office. Who knows?
He has a password and a username. You can attempt to hack, I guess. You can roll.
The password is T-Rapper.
It is
But like together as if it was one word that could be pronounced a different way.
I wonder what that would be.
I've got 12.
on Sharp.
I do have 12 on Sharp.
Awesome. You're like, well, it couldn't be that simple. It has username and password, and you're like, D Beach password.
It's just password.
And it's like, really? This works more than I'd like to admit.
It's like this. I
won't lie. There's a handful
No.
of games where if you do like,
Archer
you
season
cross, like allow people to join your stuff, you have to make a password. I don't know how many times I've made mine 1 through 6. Just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm like, cool. If you can guess it, awesome. Welcome. I don't care. But it's just like, it's too much work to think of a password.
Like, I am an abomination from beyond time and space, and I'm just appalled by this.
I have to keep changing my password at work because they make you update them like every 3 months. I've just added an exclamation point until like a season change. Then I change the season and the year.
You shouldn't put that on a recorded website.
You won't know what the thing is because there's a key part that differs between that.
Yeah. Anyway.
It's a pain. I hate changing
I
my
got
password.
onto his computer.
Yes.
Excellent. Anything interesting there that I can use?
You're seeing stuff called just files he's got on there, stuff about etheric bionic binding.
Etheric bionic binding.
He's got stuff on primate physiology.
So there's something about a storage facility on there somewhere.
It did say that on his calendar. Go visit storage facility.
Mm-hmm.
We should find out where that's at.
Well, are there any cards or anything like this is the storage facility that he goes to?
No, there's no cards or anything left around, or like I assume like a card like opens up doorways and such.
Not
like,
even that. Like just
card.
say he goes there and they started the contract and gave him a pamphlet,
like a storage unit and such.
so I could find out the location.
No,
of
nothing
the
of that.
storage.
No,
Well, I do know where he lives, so I can always go in there
you
and
could.
check to see if that's
Mm-hmm.
empty while these guys continue doing their thing.
You Google his apartment, and it's within walking distance. Obviously, you're in a college town. People that work there, they don't have to drive if it's close enough.
Well, since the other doctors are here, I'll just text the other guys and say, hey, I've got access to all interesting people's desks. Anything you guys would like to know about them?
Sure.
There were other
I've got access to
professors,
all
right?
the doctors' desks.
The ones that were there. The only one that
Dr.
wasn't. There's the Dr. Crouch, which was the dean. Not a desk there. He's
Dr. Noble and
got an
Karen
office.
Wathy.
Karen Hwathy, a Dr. Harvey Noble. There's a Colton Hayes, who's tied to the ethics committee. He does not have a desk there.
Those two hated Beach the
Yeah,
first
Noble-
year, so it might be good to go
Noble
for
and
those.
Wathy.
Noble and
They had
Dr.
some-
Wathy.
They had some issues with Beach.
Well, I'll check both of their desks while I'm here.
Might as well.
Oh,
Since I'm here.
I forgot to mention there. On his desk, he does have some angry notes about Amy stopping working with him because she didn't agree with his methods.
Amy worked with him. Got it.
Yes.
One of us already established that at some point. I just don't
It
remember.
was me.
Yeah.
Yours was a rumor. Now it's been confirmed.
Right.
Yeah, because they were talking about she
Right,
worked.
you're
She used to
correct.
work she used to work under a former. She was a former student of his, and she stopped and is now part of the Animal Freedom Militia.
So anything interesting on Noble or Wathy?
They were both, from what you gather, since you did roll well. I'm not gonna make you roll again.
I can always use the experience if I fail.
You can roll investigate.
And I want
I'd rather
to.
you get the info.
I'd rather get the info too at this
I
point.
know. I'm like, if you want to roll, I'm not going to say you can't roll. So when you're investigating their desks on Dr. Wathy's, you see that they were previous collaborator with Beach, but they have pulled assisting him because it's one of those ethics issues, did not care for what he was doing to practice his research. She's not really going too deep in it, but she's like, the amount of work that he was putting into it and the harm it was causing the animals, she was not a fan of. Again, she was the prosthesis person, so this involved attaching things to things.
Confirmation is always appreciated in this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Basically, it's just that. It's like, oh, this guy was putting stuff on there.
So Wathy stopped working with the monkeys because unethical treatment.
She stopped
and
working with Beach because he was basically just
anything for
mutilating creatures and trying to make them bind with the robotics. And then
anything on Noble, the robotics
on
specialist.
Nobles, he has been criticizing Beach for his theories and rants on some way of controlling the animals via robotics and parapsychology.
Gotcha. Beach controlling.
So not just using robotics and electronics to control things, but believing something extra supernatural and such of that nature was the level at which he was getting to.
Got it. Okay, cool. So I got all that kind
Where
of
he's
stuff.
saying you need more than just science, you need magic.
Well, sounds like I know where I'm going next.
Mm-hmm.
Heading over to Dr. Beach's house.
Yep.
So I will gather up all my little notes and the like, maybe steal a candy or two from the doctor's desks and head out.
Sweet tooth, do you?
Are these candies just like to take?
Are these kids just like
There we go.
Those aren't supposed to be out.
Those aren't supposed to be.
We have a teenager in our
It's one of
group.
the
I want to make
best
sure he keeps
gags
his
I've
blood
ever
sugar up. I'm not taking them from me. I'm taking them from Michael. I'm basically a walking emulation. I don't eat sugar.
Just more fire, fuel for the fire. So
Gives a weird smell.
you've got the
every
information.
time.
You probably, I assume, share with the group that you're going to go check out the apartment.
Got info. We'll forward notes to you guys through pictures heading to Dr. Noble's residence.
Okay.
Excellent.
So
Check in soon.
you're still hanging out at the bar. We'll go to you in the security office. So she's showing you the footage. It looks in the footage that of the camera things that are there, the most they see, they tend to be in hallways. The rooms aren't heavily recorded.
Okay.
There's mostly just like some camera in there, but the camera's cut out, circuitry or something, just it goes dark. You do notice before that happens, there's sometimes there's no audio, it's just visual. You see something move, a shadow or something, but then the camera cuts. So
Okay.
it's minimal, but it's nothing that's been able to be like cleared. It's like, the stuff's old. We assumed it was just issues, but it's been going a lot, and then this happened. So we've been trying to see if we could see anything, but these cameras don't have really anything to show. Anything you're trying to determine? Any more questions you want there? She's like, I'll go handle this stuff, but then I got to make rounds. It is starting to get later in the day. And she's like, yeah, we have a security staff, but right now this is my shift still.
Okay.
Weekends, we tend to go a little lighter since not as many people here during the weekend.
Right. Okay. What were Amy and Robin's majors? Like, were they part of the engineering?
Amy was...
Well, Amy was, clearly. What about Robin?
Robin was... on her stuff, she doesn't actually... She was just an animal science person.
Oh, okay. Animal science.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, because again, Purdue's got the veterinary medical stuff.
Yeah.
So she was in the animal sciences, because that's actually a degree you can get at Purdue, if I remember correctly, animal science.
Okay. I want to see what my lab results are.
That's
for everything that I'm running, having this
Sure.
ad hoc
So,
lab run.
Yep. They're testing based on information that you get there. You are getting results that the hair is of primate origin.
I figured.
Do you let the police know that you got some samples that you had tested that came in as
I haven't
primate?
told them shit.
That's fine.
This is my investigation.
It's theirs too. So
The FBI doesn't have to tell the police anything.
yeah, I understand that, but you can always collaborate.
Okay.
And you're not FBI.
They don't know that.
You don't.
They think I am.
They assume.
That's the important thing.
Yeah, I know.
At this point, he probably thinks he is. Too.
I've built it up in my own
At
head.
this point, Custer's
Did
really
you?
leaning in like, I'm an FBI agent. I know what I'm doing. This is my job. I have power. Yeah,
Someone on Etsy craft a fake badge and everything.
I did use my power on you at one point, according to our.
We didn't mention his megalomania earlier, but we should probably mention that now.
It's not one of my moves.
he writes it, megalomania. Get drunk with power. Use cool.
I mean, if people
for
were
everything.
these people have given me an inch. I'm taking a mile. Like
Yeah.
I'm going to. If they're
Well, they're
if
just assuming this is recent
I
occurrences.
have no reason to believe anything otherwise. So
Yeah.
okay, yeah. What about the vent? What's in the vent?
There was blood in the vent, and
As if something was dragged through the vent.
yeah, there's scratches and such. So stuff was taken in through the vent, and looks like there's scrapes and tears of just the vent was damaged to a degree. Something moved through the vent.
Is there access on the rooftop for that? Sorry, is there access on a rooftop for that?
I believe the vent system does connect to the roof at some point. Yes, it makes sense.
I text my wall climbing friend, and
You know Spider-Man?
I'm not saying this out loud.
Oh.
I'm texting him
That's
because
fine.
he's climbing walls and shit.
Okay.
You
Well,
can get up on the rooftop and check it out and see if anything's gone in or out of access up there.
that's fine.
I can do that before I move on to my next task.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're looking at all this stuff. You're getting your
Sort of
results
simultaneous
back. You've
stuff anyway,
You've
so.
got your stuff. Pauline's going to go do her rounds because she's still got to do security. She's not giving up on her job, and she still has to work because got to make money in this world.
Valentine's Day isn't here yet.
Yeah, and she's got to buy that wine. Because Chris can't. No. They weren't dating. Quit shipping them, people. No, so you got your stuff. You got some monkeys doing things. You got blood. Clearly it's Chris's.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise. You have entry via vents. You're having our friend that climbs walls, not Spider-Man. Apparently. Wall crawling friends. Think Spider-Man. Check the roofs. We've got everyone's favorite local teen goth hanging out at the bar, getting all liquored up for all that good quality information retention.
Turns out it's been ginger ale the whole time. They knew.
Yeah, they knew. It's like, yeah, welcome. Enjoy.
It's the placebo effect.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I'm so drunk. It's like we've been giving him ginger ale and water.
I'm sure if he wants, he could get access to edibles.
We're just saying it's high-grade vodka, so it's real smooth. Doesn't even burn.
Just a little fizzy.
No, it stole me.
He's been holding it in to make sure he doesn't break the seal, because then he just can't stop going to the bathroom.
Too real again.
Too real.
It's getting too real, man.
Should I check the roof before we move on to our
let's do that.
goth buddy?
Yeah.
So I'm on the roof, looking around vents, anything like that. I guess I'll roll investigate, see if I find anything in particular.
Roll investigate.
Gouges
You're always
in the
looking at that.
ceiling.
You do a lot of roll investigate unless you're talking to people.
It's the most in the
Right.
game, to be fair.
7 plus 8. So yeah, that's
That's a success.
Yeah, it's success. Nothing. It's just normal success, not a great success. So yeah, you're looking around on the roof. You see, it looks like stuff has come in and out of these vents. Various ones. Some are closed. Some are open. Some are damaged. So
Are any bloody? Like, that's the thing that I was trying to figure out.
Take pictures of all the vents that I find that have.
Yeah, like I was trying to figure out if any
anything-
were damaged. You could tell that something had gone in
something
and out
has
of it.
come in and out of the vents. There's the one that likely connected. There's some blood, dried blood from, but not much because it went through the vent system.
Okay.
So whatever.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
Something
So-
has come in and out of these vents.
So I check the vents. Any of them that look like they've been loosened or broken or have stuff on them, I take photos and I send to you.
Cool.
Ask if there's anything else you need before I head out.
No, I think the main focus now, I think the storage facility is where he's housing these monkeys, so we need to find it.
Well, I'll head to his house, see if I can find some info, maybe a key or something like that, and then let you guys know what I find.
I guess the one thing you could have checked, it may or may not matter. You could have checked to see if there was like a digital receipt for like a receipt in his email for like a digital payment for maintaining a storage facility.
Work email.
Work email, maybe not. You might be
No,
right.
I
Yeah,
don't
it would be
think
on his
so.
personal, so that's fair.
So-
It'd be more personalized, I would
Yeah,
think.
that's fair.
So I'll just go to the house, see if anybody's there, get in through a window probably.
Cool.
Go from there.
Okay.
Or maybe a sliding door. I don't know. Windows are small in those apartments.
Are you gonna hang out at the bar, or are you just gonna move on?
I mean, I think I kind of just found out whatever.
Yeah. I mean, if they're
There.
if
It
the
didn't
two
really seem
the
like-
two girls aren't there, it's not really gonna help us.
Yeah.
I guess the
Stumble down
question
street.
is, where do you go from here?
He's sneaking into an apartment, right?
Where do you go from here, though? Like, where does your
But
character
first, quote unquote, Agent Custer, I'm gonna have you roll read a bad situation.
what is that?
Smart.
for? Huh?
Sharp.
Sharp.
Roll sharp.
Sorry. Smart, sharp. I mix them up.
You're having a
But you're rolling
situation.
read a bad
Oh,
situation.
I see. Sorry. No.
What'd you get?
5.
Okay. So you don't see it happening. But as you're looking around, checking your messages, he's giving you information like, yeah, there's been stuff on the vents. You look back on the monitors, because these are live feeds.
Sure.
Pauline's been attacked.
All right. Does it? Are they? I'm sure they're labeled like what hallway.
Yeah,
And
so
yeah.
she's a hallway outside of one of the...
I bolt. I go there.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Never mind. Don't
You're
worry.
fine. You're
I was
on your way
gonna
there.
say I could tell him, but like it doesn't matter.
Contact the
Doesn't really
police.
Yeah, you can let him know, but you can...
Yeah,
contact
I'll call the police on my way.
Yeah, it's
on
like,
my way
hey,
there.
the other security guard was attacked. I don't know
Yes.
what did it. I was in the security office looking at the images, stuff like that.
I will relay the message to local police.
Cool. Well, on your way over there,
Gives you
you're
back.
rushing over.
Yeah.
Pauline's alive. She's not dead. She has been attacked. What do you do?
Interrogate.
How bad is it? She look
She's a little beat up.
just it's like more
she's
bruised
rough.
scratches, and she's not bleeding out.
She's bleeding. She's not bleeding out, but she's been tore up.
So I don't need to roll DIY surgery on her.
Couldn't hurt.
Could. Stabilize the injury.
Yeah. You can try to stabilize.
Would that be help out or save a person?
It's plus cool on a 10 plus. Everything is good. It counts as a normal first aid. Plus stabilize, and the injury heals 1 harm. On a 7 to 9, it counts as a normal first aid plus one of these of my choice. Okay. Plus cool. It's only a 6.
Okay, so it's basically like,
Doesn't say what happens on a failure. I guess just nothing happens.
nothing major. It's basically like, yeah.
I'm fiddling with my phone too much, trying to get the police here to wrap it up properly.
She's mumbling. It's like, so, robo monkeys? What the hell? It shot a claw at me, and like little metal ball bearings. What the? Because she's got little like dimples. She has bite marks. She's been attacked. But no, she's talking about it's like she was walking by the robotics lab and she heard noise. She opened the door. There were robot monkeys.
Is she like right outside that door then still?
She was in the hallways where you saw her. So she was trying to do something, and she got shot at by it would look like and felt like real freaking hard. Like it felt like a bullet, but there wasn't a gunshot.
Okay. So if you're still on the rooftop, I'll call you. I will call you immediately as I kick in the door to the lab. I will call you and say, stand by, keep an eye on vents. In case something is trying to escape from the room.
I'll keep myself perched up there.
Pauline's just curious, like, who are you calling? You called the cops? That's what she says. It's like, you call.
I just ignore her and keep walking. Just walk in.
Just fucking leaving her there. Like, She's
not bleeding out.
She's bleeding heavily, yes. She's not bleeding out.
I failed my role. I can't do anything else.
Did you not call the cops?
I did. I said I called the cops on my way to her.
See, I forgot.
Yeah.
I missed.
So the cops should be on their way, and EMTs or whatever.
Yeah, okay, cool.
So like, people were on their way.
Like, I tried to do something, failed, didn't make it worse.
Yeah,
just
I
didn't
tried
help.
to help. I tried to help in between them getting there, which I failed
Helped,
at.
didn't get better.
But if you're going to tell me that there's something...
Police and paramedics on the way. You
Yeah.
said you saw something. I have a buddy that's in the area. He's watching. Got it. Okay, cool. So you're doing that.
Let's move on.
While that's going on.
I'm kicking into the lab.
Cool. You're in the lab. There's nothing in there.
I mean, I'll
A vent's hanging
pull a
open.
firearm.
Trails there. You got your gun drawn.
Yeah.
You hear noises in the vents. That's what you tell him. It's like, hey, watch the roof. Something might be out there.
Yeah.
You are in the bar. We cut away from the action to go to the bar. People have shown up in the bar. You do, in fact, see people saying, hey, Robin, how's it going?
Shoot your shot, bro. Buy her a drink. Get her number. Join
Which
the group.
one was Robin again?
She's the leader of
She's
that
the
group.
head of the AFM Liberationists.
Roll high.
She is a liberationist, but yeah, it's the Animal Freedom Militia. She's the head of the group.
She's also a vegan.
And
she just
protect her
came
animals.
in. She didn't look like flustered or anything.
No, she just came in and she's talking. She's hanging out.
Hope you didn't order the wings while you're there.
Oh, he ordered all the wings. And he's got like 3 baskets of mozzarella sticks.
This is like a bunch of empty bones.
Shrimp cocktail.
Shrimp it's like all this.
I think you would be intelligent enough to know that what you're doing.
Got wing sauce all over your face. You're just sucking on a bone like, oh, hey.
I want to join.
I want to join the AFM.
Piece of meat stuck in the tooth.
No, now's your chance to role play some combo with the lady.
Yeah, I don't really like talking to people though.
No. This is an investigation RPG, so
No, but that's why I just read their mind.
Which you can do. You can do the.
I
You
guess
can
that
do the
is
role.
the point. You can do that.
That's something you can do. Investigate, and you can read her mind and see if she's.
Why
got-
talk to people when you don't have to?
What you can do is you can always like, because again, you're reading their mind. Unless you get like that 10 or higher roll, you're just reading like surface level thoughts. You're not digging in there and pulling out what you want.
Yeah, we're just gonna go with the. Would it be investigate a mystery?
Yeah.
I don't.
Read about situations more like how would you handle something's going down? What do you do in response?
It's the same roll.
Yeah,
either way.
it's that's the idea. It's like if it's read a bad situation, like something's going down, like this guy's got a gun pointed at me. Read a bad situation, like is he going to fire? Is he trying to intimidate? That's how you could do that with your telepathy in that sense. Investigate. You're trying to use stuff you have to try and pick up on the setting. Is how I'd see it. But you're rolling sharp either way. Is that a
Literally the worst
one?
you get. It's 2 ones.
It's a one because he's a negative one as well.
Yeah.
He rolls at -1.
Well, make sure you check off your failures.
Yeah, he got a 1.
I'm one away from.
Or
Or you can spend a luck to get a 12.
yeah,
You can make it a success, and you spend.
I want it
one
to
luck.
be a 12.
You got a 12. Okay,
So you spend a luck. So what does that do for you when you spend a luck?
when he
He
uses
picks.
luck, I basically can have things happen.
Or wait, no. So does that change? I wouldn't get experience.
you wouldn't get the
right?
experience.
You don't
Because
get the
it counts as-
experience on it because you used luck. Let me see that again. Basically, I was going to be like, that sounds like if you're going to really make you either you really use your power, or you're in a situation that would
The other
promote
side
it.
said so. It's supposed to start and get worse, but I don't know.
Yeah. Every time you use luck, the requirements I need you to do to get your powers to work become much greater, is what it is. So your current tags are violence, dark bargain, or hallucinations. And hallucinations. Those are the 3 things you deal with.
Well, I don't know. Do you pick one? Is that
Those are
how
the
it
3
works?
that are tied to it currently.
Okay.
I think as
I
things
don't
go
know if
on,
you
like
pick
I
one
could
of those
require,
3.
No, it's those 3. Those are some kind of violent dark bargain that has hallucinations occurring. So
I picked some fun shit.
yeah.
So you may get something and have no idea what to do with it because you're hallucinating.
Joke's on you guys. It's all in here.
Yeah, it literally, it literally says as you mark off luck boxes, the requests that you get become nastier.
Yeah.
So pretty much it's not been anything major in that prior to this point. But since you did mark off a luck box, what we are going to do is, yes, you can get that information from her mind that you want to get. So what she's thinking about, what are you wanting to know? You made it a 12. What are you trying to delve out of there, like tied to the militia? I assume is what you're going for.
Well, yeah. So
What do you want to know? Ask me. You basically, if you want to know it, if you have a question like, does this have to do that? I can say, yeah, no. What do you get? Because you got the 12. That is the highest you can get. If you want to know something, you get to know it. Don't be dirty, because this should be related to the investigation.
She was ahead of that animal rights.
Animal
group, right?
freedom militia, yeah. Animal rights people.
And I don't really know about that attack yet, right? Because you called him.
Correct.
Because he leaves his phone on vibrate. He didn't want to wait for a text to be responded to. So he's like, call, answer.
Oh,
I'm trying to think what she would know.
If she knows anything. The AFM is what people assume took the apes, but with the knowledge that you have at this point, which I don't know how much you've got, if he's been sharing between the 2 of you, but all you know is like, yeah, there's the apes that were stolen, stuff's been stolen from the building with the information you have, unless he has shared with you that we believe Beach, based on what our friend Roman has determined.
I've sent all my information out. The question is
WhatsApp.
whether
have
he's
you been checking it, or
his
have you been
phone.
busy eating
No, I'm checking.
cheese and shrimp and wings and drinking your
Ogling
ginger
other
ale,
teenagers.
oogling other teens of your ilk in this punk alternative rock bar?
I guess if they knew what happened to the apes, but I don't know what else I would ask this person.
Are you sure willing to use your luck roll?
Yeah, I don't know why I thought it would do more.
Well, with the dig, if you're with what you got there, you're trying to see if she knows what's going on with the apes. She doesn't, but her only hope was that whatever did happen, it's for their benefit, not for their harm.
So she's completely in the dark.
She is not sure what's going on.
Basically, what
with
you've done is you've eliminated her as a suspect, which is good,
Yeah, which works.
or even an accomplice. Yeah. So you got that info, and that's helpful enough.
So I can just take that as a dead end and just start coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as you start telling him, and
You could,
as,
we
as,
can cross her off the list.
as you begin to like, oh, well, it's not her. This is when some of your darkness kicks in. What is happening now is you're like, oh, she's not involved. I guess I'll meet back up with the group. You start to get up, and suddenly you're in a lab. You hear a vent noise. Something's opening. You turn. You look. Robotic apes. They're surprised. You point. Well, you don't really point. You have a nightstick. You don't have a gun. You're a security guard. You don't need a gun. You're getting attacked.
How do you respond?
You feel like you're being pelted by metal. It burns. You're being grabbed by cold metallic claws. You're being bitten. You feel your arm ripped off. You're Chris. You're going through Chris's last moments right now. You're dying. You feel the pain. This is horrible. And as this is all happening, the darkness floods over you. You're on the floor. People are surrounded you. You've been screaming in agony this whole time. What do you do?
Thank you for listening. Damn Dirty Apes, written by Michael Sands. Music by Jason Shaw. Find us online at rancorsbrothel.com, Facebook at Fans of the Rancors Brothel, Twitter at Rancors_Brothel, and now on Instagram at Rancors Brothel.